let's take a look at what that vegan teacher has been up to. I guess she's been to the supermarket again. That's always fun.
Plants have protein, they really, really do. Being vegan is healthy, you know it's true. Plants have protein, they really, really do. So why the fuck aren't you vegan yet? No more excuses for you.
Well, students, it happened again. I got this delivered to my front door.
Is she gonna act like the fact that someone gave her, or whatever, dropped off a supermarket, what are those called? Supermarket, why can't I think of the word in chat? Someone. Not flyer. Ad, thank you. Like the supermarket ad, the weekly ad, whatever, on her doorstep, and it has meat in it. She's gonna act like she's being victimized.
And do you see any trigger warning on it?
I don't. Daddy Sume says, I really want to send her gift subscriptions to Show-to-Re magazines. Charcuterie! Why do I always do that? Charcuterie! God damn it. Now I want a charcuterie board.
Do you see here, trigger warning? There will be dead body parts in here. No? No. So why is that?
Probably because most people are comfortable seeing meat. Even vegans understand that a supermarket thing is going to have meat in it. Even you know that. You're just being facetious to make a stupid video. Morak says, or how about that time that Moon Knight became the Sorcerer Supreme, the Spirit of Vengeance, and the Iron Fist, Thor, and the Phoenix Force all at once? That was rad. Well, it was the Age of Khonshu or something. It was an event recently-ish in Avengers. I read that. It was interesting. And then, I didn't necessarily like this because it was a little weird, but it tied into the Avengers, like, 10,000 BC thing or whatever, where there was an original team of Avengers that included, like, Bor, who's Odin's father, the first Phoenix Force, the first Black Panther, the first Ghost Rider. Interesting stuff, but I don't know. They ended up having Mjolnir not want to hit Black Panther, and that was weird. Mjolnir, to my knowledge, has never just refused to hit someone before. Lily Love Stuff says it's called Shark Coochie. Oh, charcuterie, shark coochie. Okay, funny.
These products come from a cycle of violence. So let's have a look. Maybe something's changed. For those of you who are following this channel, you probably know I've been sick for about 3 days now. I don't know if it was the virus. I don't know what it was. I've had a fever, sore throat, chills, headache.
Oh no, she's not an anti-vaxxer, is she? Nick says, quick snipe, becomes a string boss.
And now, oh my god, you see? The fuck is this? Dead
What the fuck is this?
animals. Literally a body part. No trigger warning, and right beside the sugar. How does this make any sense? And then of course an air miles thing beside it. Like, people are so detached, you know? This is enough.
To you, they seem detached, but to them, you seem like someone who is overly concerned about meat. Now, I'm not saying you're wrong. I get it. I'm sure you don't like looking at meat. But you also understand that supermarkets sell meat. You go to the supermarket and you are feigning distress here that you do not actually have, and that's pretty disingenuous. Two-Man says, I really had to dig to find these, but remember when the Flash ran into the Marvel Universe with amnesia and beat every speedster in a race? Yeah, this was after he disappeared from, was it Crisis on Infinite Earths, and he accidentally ran into the Marvel Universe? Marvel did not have permission to do this, by the way. They just did it. And then Marvel kind of used him for a little bit. It was funny.
This is
Different name and everything, but it was heavily implied to be Barry Allen. Osty Wasty, thanks for gifting us up.
sugar. And this is a dead animal. This is what we have to live with as vegans. I asked them not to send this to me. You know, how would you like it if you were delivered dead pictures of dead cats? Would you be happy? How about some dead dogs?
I'd probably be like, why? More than anything? Like, I'd be grossed out, but I'd also be like, why? People in America don't typically eat those. So what's the point?
Would that be okay with you to have the pictures of dead cats and dead dogs delivered to your house?
His name was Buried Allen, and his hero name was Fast Forward. What did the suit look like? Hold on. Marvel. Buried... Oh, Buried Alien. Hold on. What did his super suit look like? Oh yeah, that's pretty close to that is suggestive of the Flash. Oh no. I'm surprised they got away with that.
Oh, Bella, sorry, I didn't mean to alarm you. Don't worry, no, there's no dead dogs anywhere. I'm just talking about a flyer. You can stay if you want. Don't worry, I just have to get back to work, okay?
This dog is begging, please give me meat. Oh yeah, her dog's on a vegan diet.
Why the fuck do people think it's okay to send me pictures of dead chickens? Dead pigs? What?
If you really wanted, you could probably ask to be taken off a mailing list for this. If you really care.
What is this? Filet de pot. Another dead pig. Where is the trigger warning? Do you know how sad this makes us?
So sad that you decided to get a camera and film it and send it to all of your subscribers and spend 19 minutes 55 seconds looking at it on camera to tell us how sad it makes you. Seems very genuine. P-Mail says it's incredible how vegan teacher is able to make veganism all about her. I know, every video, it's impressive.
That you're so detached? All of these people in society?
Run, run, run from humans. They're trying to stab you. They're trying to murder you, to call you bacon and burn you in a frying pan.
What was that? What? I feel like I just watched one of those Austin Powers transitions that's so random and it's just him with people and it's like... If you haven't seen Austin Powers, that made no sense, I guess.
You know how frustrating this is? This is what we have to live with. Till we keep educating. That's why we do it. Oh my god, what's this? Look at that. Yogurt. That comes
It's Activia yogurt. It's yogurt that helps you poop. I heard that from Jamie Lee Curtis.
from cows. Cow's milk that was stolen. See, most people look at this and they're like, oh yeah, I think I'll have some yogurt today. But they don't even realize that this
It just makes me think of Laurie Strode shitting her pants as she runs away from Michael Myers.
comes from stolen body parts. In the dairy industry, that is what they do. Oh my god, more of it here. In the dairy industry.
I know, it's disgusting. Who buys vanilla ice cream in 2021 when there are so many flavors to choose from? Daddy Sume with 45 bits. Yeah, I can't play the whole thing, but this is what it is. This is what I was talking about. Thanks, Sume.
They pin down the males. They touch them inappropriately and steal their sperm.
I'm not going to make the joke I wanted to make there. Tube Man says, I know it'll never happen, but I wish we could one day get a one-off animated Amalgam Comics movie. That would be nice. I do like the Amalgam Comics, but that rights issue would be ridiculous. 80 Blue says, fuck you, I love vanilla ice cream. Yeah, we have Super Soldier, who's a mix of Captain America, Steve Rogers, and Superman. God, I don't remember most of them. We have, I think she was called Amazon, which was Wonder Woman and Storm. Iron Lantern, which was Iron Man and Green Lantern. Spider Boy, I want to say, which I think was Superboy and Spider-Man. Dark Claw, which was Wolverine and Batman. I don't remember many of the other ones, though. That looks like the Winter Soldier mixed with maybe Cable? I'm not sure, though.
Every time you eat ice cream, I want you to think of the sperm of a male cow, of a bull. Because that's how it starts.
Honestly, within my audience, that might make them want it more. So you might want to rethink that. Just saying, Katie. Lots of furries in my chat.
Then they forcefully insert it into a female. Yeah, that's sexual assault. And then, when the baby's born, they steal the babies, they kidnap them, so that they could steal the milk and make this. This is violence. This is not food. This is violence. This is not food.
They could be both.
Where are the vegan products? Where are the vegan versions of things?
Where are the vegan products as you look at a giant advertisement for strawberries and people are going to make fun of me because I don't know what the other fruit is that's right next to it?
Look at this. It's horrible.
Think beyond meat, buy
Kiwi? Okay.
veggie burgers instead.
Beyond Burgers are quite good. I've had them. They're good. They're not quite all the way there to tasting like real meat, but they're pretty darn good.
Think of the animals. Think beyond meat. It's time to be vegan. Get
I would genuinely, like, even though I'm not vegan, I would advocate for if you can do some meat substitutes every once in a while. They can be a little more expensive. If you catch them on sale, I'd highly recommend if you're making burgers or something, give them a try. And if you like them, have them every once in a while as a replacement for meat. It's better for the environment. Better for you in many cases. But, yeah. Check it out. Beyond Burgers and other meat substitutes have gotten really good as of late. If you haven't tried them, check them out.
it through your head.
The Atheist Brony says, forcing sperm into a cow, end quote. It may be a bit silly, but I would like to point out I grew up on a farm and not once did the bull ask for permission before mounting the cows. Yeah, I think she's more talking about industrial scale factory farming, where those processes are done using apparatuses and stuff, yeah. Not necessarily family farms where things are done the old-fashioned way.
Oh my God, more of it. Literally someone.
These prices are in Canadian money, by the way. She's in Canada. By the looks of the ad, somewhere near French Canada. Pixels falling with 100 bits.
Oh, my word. Hank, talk to the boy.
Bobby, vegetarians can't be trusted.
Felix Night Owl says, putting aside your feelings of the movie, isn't it interesting to bring in the connections of the Eternals to Thanos, and Ego, and Nowhere, and the Celestials, and Galactus? It's better to have the Eternals in the MCU than the absence of them, right? I mean, I appreciate those connections, but I want them to be in a movie I enjoy, and with characters I like. I couldn't describe the personalities of almost any of the Eternals other than Kingo.
Someone's leg. Imagine taking an innocent
You did not miss Peter. I was saving Peter till later.
bird
I have to titillate all of you and make sure you stick around for Peter.
and just cutting off their leg and putting it on a cutting board like this. See, once you become vegan and your mind opens up, you
I gotta
see
fix
things
my
in a
bangs,
completely
and I gotta
different
fix
way.
this
You
crown.
see how absurd it is that we do this to some animals and not others. Imagine if this was a cat leg. Just picture that. 4 cat legs on a cutting board. A
Okay,
picture of it delivered.
cool. Overthought says, I wonder if she would be okay with the guy who answered an online ad to have himself cannibalized. It's eating meat, but with consent. Good question. Lily Lovestuff says, honestly, if you are someone looking to introduce meatless days into your diet, I highly recommend learning Indian dishes. I do meatless a few days a week, and I learned how with Indian recipes. Yeah, Baja's talked about that. Indian recipes have lots of vegetarian options. Bitter Grin says, no such thing as an innocent bird. They're all dicks.
Delivered to your house. What's this? Fish. Not the vegan version. Actual fish taken out of their homes. When a fish dies out of the water, that is like you dying in the water. Like somebody put you underwater and forced you to stay there until you died, drowning, breathing in the water. That's how.
I'm not reading that one either, Daddy Sume. Jesus fucking Christ.
A fish dies. And this is what I'm greeted with in my home, right to my doorstep. What do we have here? Well, this looks like it's some sort of vegetables. That's good, except for it's Caesar. It's Caesar salad.
I'll read the last part. As come vegan, I know you're just memeing, but the actual answer would be yes. If you are in a consensual situation and there is consent given, yeah, that would be vegan. Nick says, no such thing as an innocent... Oh, no, read that one. Since they don't exist. Oh, the birds don't exist thing. Yeah.
It is made with dead animal body parts. Usually has bacon bits in it. It usually has some sort of a dairy sauce. You can get the vegan versions of this. I want you to start looking at things.
Do I consider pescatarian more moral than a fully omnivorous diet? Are you eating the same amount of fish as you would of red meat? I guess... I'd consider it more moral, but I put more value on the lives of mammals than I do fish. So, like, if you were, like, in front of me and you're like, should I kill this fish or this pig? I'd pick the fish 10 out of 10 times. But that's just because, you know, we're human beings. We're mammals. We relate more so to a pig or a cow than we do a fish. But, yeah, I would consider it that, I guess. Although overfishing is an issue in the seas, too, so that's not necessarily good. Like, the ecosystem of water systems in the world are going to collapse because of overfishing, so... I don't know. Environmental stuff also factors in. I don't know.
All the time with the animals in mind. Now here we have some kiwis. This is something you should eat. It's a whole food. Nothing added, nothing taken away. Just perfectly healthy. The way that nature, the way that the universe intended. Here's something else that's vegan. That's good.
The universe doesn't have intent.
Strawberries and kiwis, you can throw those into a smoothie. Clementines are great. You can eat those while watching TV. Just grab yourself 3 or 4 of them. And peel them instead of eating a bag of chips. It's healthy. Okay, these are 3 things that are good to eat. Oh my fucking God, more cheese. No, do not eat cheese.
That's something I could... Again, vegan stuff has improved greatly over the years. I still don't think they've nailed vegan cheese. I love cheese. I gotta have cheese. I hope vegan cheese improves in the future. I've had some vegan cheese spreads that have actually been pretty good that were based on, like, nuts, like legumes or some other kind of nut. They were pretty good, but the main flavor profile was more like the garlic. It was like a garlic butter, or not garlic butter, garlic cheese type dip, and that was pretty good. But as far as like harder cheeses, or even something like an American style plasticky cheese, I've not found to be great substitutes as of yet. Bittergren says, if those kiwis weren't grown locally, then transporting them to her released a lot of carbon, making polar bears' lives worse. It's almost like we're all party to a global system of capital and trade that hurts the environment and everyone living in it, including ourselves. Weird. Hydrate. Hellride says, I had fish as a teenager. I introduced a supposedly friendly fish, and it decided to eat the eyeballs off all the others in the tank. Fish can kiss my ass. Nick says, is it appropriate to do one vegan teacher joke if she explicitly tells me not to eat cheese? No. I find that joke played out. Danny Sume with a link.
She's nuts.
I've seen it.
Oh, that's one of your better ones. You gotta write that one down. Come on.
I mean, You literally walked into that
Get out
one.
of here. What's wrong with
I
you?
even told you to be careful.
Clean it up.
Hey, give me a trash bag. Clean it up. Brought to you by D's Nuts.
Pixels Falling with a link.
Boy, that cheese.
Every time you eat cheese, I want you to think of the baby cow that was kidnapped away from his mother. And he was murdered. The baby boy cows in the industry are murdered because they'll never be able to give milk. They're put in these tiny huts and left there crying while their mothers are crying also. It is so sad. If aliens came to Earth and saw what we did, they would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you people? What the fuck are you doing?
Interesting that you not only... Why would you assume aliens would inherently be vegan? Humans aren't. We've developed amazing technology. Why are you assuming aliens would be vegan? I would assume aliens would at least have the potential to be carnivorous or omnivorous if such distinctions even mattered in their society or whatever. Or what if they were plant people? What if they were somehow more akin to plants or a fungus, and they thought we were weird, that we, like, ate plants and fungus? I don't know. These are all speculative bullshit sci-fi thoughts because you brought aliens into the conversation for no reason, Katie.
Why would you take a baby?
Ow, shit, bah! I hit my knee on the desk. Ah! Okay. I'm good. Flower Girl 13 says this is what it sounds like when cows cry.
Away from his mother and then steal his milk. Who does that? We have no business eating cheese at all.
Eating cheese is my business. Do you have some cheese you want me to eat? Call me at 1-800-EAT-MY-CHEESE. That's right, 1-800-EAT-MY-CHEESE. I will come to your house and eat your cheese.
We have no business.
Procagom says maybe aliens are descended from a cat-like species and we are weird ones for being able to eat tofu. Yeah.
Stealing milk.
There could be animals out there that evolve into intelligent beings capable of space travel that are obligate carnivores.
From another species, or even drinking milk past the age of infancy. You want milk? Get it from your mom. You want to drink milk as an adult? Go walk up to your mom and ask her if you can lift off her shirt and drink some milk from her and see what she says.
I'm good.
She'll probably tell you to fuck off. And yet you would go underneath a cow and drink from a cow?
Not directly. I'm a big fan of pasteurization. Believe it or not. Thanks, Louie. Daddy Sume says, speaking of plant people...
Just a minute, I can't let you...
Oh god, it's Star Trek. I can't. CBS will have my ass. Wait, no. CBS... It's still CBS, but CBS and Paramount, I think, combined into one company now.
How messed up is that? Think about it.
I do like Star Trek, though. I have the animated series on Blu-ray.
No more cheese.
No.
What's this? Raisin bread with cinnamon. Might be okay, just make sure there's no egg.
Cinnamon bread is the bomb. I don't like the kind with raisins. I'm not a big fan of raisins. But cinnamon bread, especially it has a little bit of frosting on it, is delicious to put in the toaster for a little bit, either for like a quick breakfast thing, if you just have one or two, or like a dessert. Pretty good. P-Meal says, I was thinking about the Quebec teacher who lost her job because she had a hijab. Anyway, I'm very sorry vegan teacher was mailed a flyer. Nick says, don't do it to your mom, but do it to your mommy. Oh, God. I made peanut butter toast on some cinnamon bread a couple weeks ago. It was pretty good.
And make sure that there is no dairy. What's this? Some sort of cereal. Most cereals are okay.
Viacom spent money to put a Filmation TV series on Blu-ray. Yeah. That one in my collection is not a bootleg. Star Trek, the animated series. Shopping. Yep, you can get Star Trek, the animated series on DVD. You can get it on Blu-ray. Yeah, I got mine on Amazon, so there it is on Walmart. It's at $62 on Walmart, though. You can get it a lot cheaper. I got it cheaper on Amazon. I think I picked mine up for around 20 or 30 bucks on sale, so.
Tissues, that's something else. But, oh my God, here's some good stuff.
Go fruit yourself, go fruit yourself. Stop hurting animals. Go vegan, go fruit yourself, go fruit yourself. Stop hurting animals. Go vegan.
Fruit me, Baja.
Go veg yourself, go veg yourself. Stop hurting animals. Go vegan, go veg yourself, go veg yourself. Stop hurting animals. Go vegan. Be as vegan as possible. Start today. Be as vegan as possible. Start today. Be as vegan as possible. Start today. You can do it. Hip hip hooray.
All healthy vegan foods. Now what you do every day in the evening is you slice up some celery with some onion and throw that in a pan. That's how you can start. Well, it doesn't have to be every day, but I do that a lot. Put them in some water, and that's the base for anything. It can be the base of a soup, can be the base of any kind of a chili.
The atheist brony says, this music hurts me. Can we do Encanto karaoke instead? Only if I do, I get to call We Don't Talk About Bruno. I call it. It's mine. You can't have it.
Or stew. Throw some garlic in there too. All kinds of spices. What else do we have here? All right, there we go. Onion, buy that. Carrots, yep. Potatoes, good. Tomatoes, yes. What else? Almonds, eat nuts. Tofu, all right. Now we're talking. Buy tofu, have it in the fridge, and eat it. You know what my husband does? He eats tofu just like that. Like, he literally takes it, cuts it, and eats it. He doesn't warm it up. He just adds some salt to it, and he says, oh, it tastes like cheese to me. I'm like, okay, honey.
Wow, he's had some really shit cheese in his life. Nick says, Nick Bush YPP redeemed 1 million channel points for Tansy. Liar! I know what that looks like, and it doesn't look like that.
If you say so, but he actually likes it. He's Italian. He puts some tomato on the side, a bunch of little spices on there, and he just eats it. So yeah, you know, of course, many people might say it sounds too boring like that, but you can go and get your own recipes. Learn to love vegetables. They didn't have to die for you.
I mean, they do. You just don't care because they're vegetables, which is understandable. Vegetables are not sentient or sapient to our understanding. So, yeah, but your statement isn't really accurate. Hydrate.
I mean, what else we got in here?
Daddy Sume with the link says nuts. If this link wants to load. It's literally the same link. It's the same link. I hate you. I hate you so much.
Oranges?
It redeems your friendship for Danzy video. Bold of you to assume I am capable with friendship with other human beings. Nice try.
There's oranges? No,
Danzy did put out a new video. Danzy did put out a new video.
mandarins? Oh, look, that one's funny on the top. That's cute, like a little hat. Gross oranges. Well, this is a French word. Sorry. It says gros orange. They mean big oranges. This is French, because I live in Quebec, so everything comes in French here. Okay, and we've got some grapefruit. Remember, guys, if you're taking certain medications, you shouldn't be taking some grapefruit with it because it impairs the absorption. So look that up.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. Vaselunacy says they didn't have to die for you. Is that the reverse Jesus gambit? And then Nick with a link.
No.
God.
If you're ever taking any medication, something that you should think about. All right, look at that. I love when they come with the leaves on, don't you guys? Look. So cute. All right, you know what? I'm afraid to turn the page and see what other crap there is here. Oh yeah, look, more dead animals. Leave the oceans alone. Scientists are predicting fishless oceans because we keep going in there and grabbing stuff that doesn't belong to us. The oceans belong to the fish.
I'm not a fan of seafood, so yeah, stop fucking with it. I just don't like seafood. Shellfish is okay. Like once or twice a year, I'll have crab or lobster, but usually it's in something. I don't just eat lobster or crab. It'll be like lobster macaroni and cheese or something. Maybe a tuna fish sandwich once every 5 years. Don't really like fish, though.
Fish, the whales, the dolphins, the sea otters, all of the other animals, not us. Leave the oceans alone.
Fish belong inside the water. Why would you want to change their fate? Fish belong inside the water. Be vegan so they don't end up on your plate.
Procagom says, I'm the complete opposite. I can eat fish, but I hate shellfish. They look disgusting. Interesting. For me, it's not a looks thing. It's completely a flavor thing. Lily Lovestuff says, Hannah, you're not allowed in the state of Maryland. Hey, if I went to Maryland, if I went to any, the last time I had lobster, I think, was when I was in Florida. I was in a coastal area. I was right by the ocean, and I was at a restaurant that had like fresh stuff. So I got, I think, like lobster mac and cheese or something, some pasta with lobster, and it was delicious. It was absolutely the freshest, most delicious lobster I've ever had. But I live in Michigan, so I don't know. Maybe I just get shitty fish. Although there are lakes, so, but I don't really like fish. I like shellfish, so I don't know. I'm rambling now. But if I was in Maryland or Maine or somewhere, yeah, I'd get like a lobster roll or something good. Wagroad says, vegan teacher always makes me crave steak just to upset her. Oh, it's the one joke. It's the one vegan joke. We did it. We did it, everyone.
Picture this huge, huge net the size of a big ship. And it just goes there, picks up everything in its path. And then it just dumps back dead fish that it doesn't want.
Unironically, every time we watch Vegan Teacher, I start to crave tofu, so good for her. There we go. That's an inverse. That's not the one joke. That's just the opposite of that, but in reality. Nice.
It's horrible. Don't eat fish, you don't need it. Instead, eat seaweed. You can eat something called nori. Look it up. Okay, bread is typically vegan. That's good. Just like I said, make sure that there's no eggs or dairy in it, but usually these kinds of breads are vegan. And then we have here, okay, this, you can make your own vegan version of this. Oh, look at that, shrimp. Leave the shrimp alone. What have they ever done to you? Why would you want to?
I've had shrimp too. I'm not usually a big fan of shrimp, but I've had it. It's okay. I like it better if it's like breaded, just like shrimp cocktail. Not a big fan. Nick says, I'm actually eating almonds right now.
Go to the bottom of the water and just kill these innocent animals. And what are you doing eating them anyway? Like eating their heads? Look at the picture on the front there. Like, just don't. You don't need to. Eat tofu, eat lentils, eat beans. Look at this. Non-vegan versions. Come on, guys. We want some vegan versions in this catalog. Yeah. See, this is why I don't want them to deliver this crap to my house. Tzatziki, no. There's milk in there. This kind of hummus, though, yes, this is vegan. Okay, hummus is usually vegan.
Almonds are horrible for bees and the environment. I didn't know that. I'm not a big almond fan. I like peanuts. That's about it.
Some people still don't know what hummus is. They ask me every week. So hummus is ground up chickpeas. And there's some tahini in there. And tahini is ground up sesame seeds. And you spread that on crackers, on bread.
Carrots and hummus, they go together in any kind of season and every kind of weather. Carrots and hummus, they go together. Sing this song and be vegan from now on. Yeah!
Oh sad. So many animals suffering. Fuck. I hate this. You know this? Parc du Québec.
There were 12 activists here in Quebec who went
I assume that just means it's an official pork product made in Quebec, raised and slaughtered in Quebec.
in to film the pigs in one of these places.
Oh yeah, it's incredibly disingenuous. You can tell she doesn't actually feel distressed in any way. She's just using this as a facetious way to get her point across. And again, advocating for veganism is great. Nothing against it. In this video, I've advocated for people switching to, meat substitutes when they can, which for a lot of people is a first step to becoming vegetarian or vegan. But not everyone can. I understand that. I don't. I mostly eat, non-vegan things. She's just not effective, and I don't know why she does this. She does the least effective form of activism possible, and she makes it all about her. It's weird. Nick says, secretly she wants this shit sent to her so she can make money off the content. Yep.
It was worse than the Holocaust. It was worse than Auschwitz.
Okay, so now she's graduated from comparing animals being eaten to the Holocaust to saying it is worse than the Holocaust. Yikes.
Torture that they were undergoing was horrific. Pigs are just as intelligent as dogs, you know? We would never abuse them that way.
Walking Trash says, her singing voice makes me want to eat meat. I'm vegetarian. Vegan teacher, I don't know how to break this to you, but if it was culturally considered okay and financially beneficial to do so, we absolutely would eat dogs. We would, but we don't, and it's not. Just because, how do I put this? Dogs have co-evolved with humans, and we have artificially selected them for thousands of years to be companion animals, to do jobs or pets, right? They're not really effective or beneficial as food sources. But let's say the apocalypse happened and everyone was starving and dying. A lot of people would end up eating their pets. I wouldn't, because what's the point? But I'm sure people would. Companion animals are companion animals. Like, let me give a comparison to like plants to make this clear. Roses are plants, and so are apples. But I'm not gonna eat a rose. You know what I mean? Dogs are a rose. They're something we like, and we keep around for their companionship and love. The apple is more akin to a pig or a cow. Walking Trash 6669 says her... Oh, read that one. Sorry.
These poor pigs were crammed in there in the dark, in their own feces and urine, in their own pee and poo. Just so sad. Picture the most torturous conditions you can, all crammed together in there, bored out of their minds, sad, bewildered, terrified. No sunshine, no light. That's this. That is this. That is what you're eating. You are paying into these cycles of violence because we're not allowed to film in there. This is horrible. Inside each of these factories.
I do think gag laws are bullshit. And I think the conditions within factory farms are abhorrent. So I agree with her on that. Felix Night Owl says there are cultures that use birds to fish for them, just like pets. Oh, that's neat.
Factory farms.
Mr. Fred Rogers, thanks for 100 bits.
There should be cameras on every wall so you could know what goes on there.
Alec Holland says, wait, we weren't supposed to eat dogs? Now I get why my neighbor was so upset.
Hide it from our view. Do you know why this is cheaper? Because they are funded by our own government. My tax dollars goes to finance this horrid crime.
Wait, does the Quebec government actually, did they nationalize the pork industry, or is she just talking about subsidies to the pork industry within Quebec? I really don't know. I'm curious. Because we all do that to some extent. Like, the United States government subsidizes tons of things that I don't want them to subsidize and pays for things I don't want them to. War being a big part of it. The military-industrial complex. She's just talking about subsidiaries. Okay. There are a lot of farming subsidiaries within the United States as well. Or subsidies, rather, sorry. A lot of farming subsidies within the United States. In particular, a famous one is for corn. This is why corn syrup is in almost everything in the United States. If you go to a United States supermarket and it has any sort of sweetness in it at all, the sweetener is very likely going to be some sort of corn-based sweetener. Corn syrup. High fructose corn syrup, to be specific. That's why Coca-Cola in the United States is disgusting compared to countries that use cane sugar. It's got kind of a mouth-filmy stickiness because you're drinking something that's full of corn syrup.
Animals need a Bill of Rights. Awful. Despicable. Shame on you. Don't buy this. Death, death, and more death. Here you go. More cycles of violence from the dairy industry. And look at all these pastries. All of them have dairy in them or eggs. Totally unnecessary. All of these should be made the vegan way. And they can. They're just too lazy. And they're too just in...
Yeah, breakfast syrup in the United States. Like, what are the brands that exist? Mrs. Butterworth, Aunt Jemima... A lot of them, they're not real maple syrup, which is why I buy actual maple syrup, because I just like it way better. But yeah, in America, those are like corn syrup that are just flavored like maple. They're disgusting.
Involved with these dairy...
In my opinion, if you like them, that's fine. I just find them disgusting, so I spend the extra money to get actual maple syrup that came out of a real tree.
And the egg industries to do that. Look, produit d'ici. Who cares if it's made here? If it's made full of violence? Time to be vegan from now on, guys. Peanut butter's okay. That's good. Check the labels everywhere. Oreo cookies are vegan. That's good. Sour Patch Kids...
Not all Oreo cookies. Some of their variants are not vegan. So make sure you always check depending on the flavor of Oreos. But yes, the normal Oreos are vegan based on their current recipe. Baja loves Oreos. As does almost everyone, right? Can we all agree Oreos are pretty fucking boss? Shishiban says, would this work for the vegan teacher? Meat is murder. Whoa, only murdered meat is murder. At hospice farms, we only sell meat from animals that died from old age of terminal illness. We let time do the slaughter and for an ethical taste that's worth the wait. Oh, God. Felix Night Owl says, here's a video about fishing birds. Very cool. P-Meal says, the Canadian and Quebec government were providing financial assistance to livestock producers during the pandemic, so she is correct, but she might be incidentally correct. Sorry for many chats today. Hey, if you want to give me money to read stuff, I am not going to be upset about it. Nick says, Oreos are overrated. How dare you? Are you a shill for big Hydrox? Hydrate. Can't watch this on stream. BBC. Don't want to get copyrighted.
You have to check. Sometimes they're vegan. Some of the versions are not, but you have to check. Don't buy anything with gelatin in it. Don't buy this because it literally says milk on it. Don't buy this. This is yogurt that is made from milk. And as we've said before, milk comes from a cycle of violence. Everything horrible has to do with milk. You've been lied to your whole life. It involves...
Paul the Potato says, I have a maple allergy. I hate the artificial that I can have, and the real smells so good. That sucks. That really does, because the real maple syrup is really, really good.
It involves rape. It involves kidnapping. And it involves murder. All of it.
Go check out the Flower Girl 13's GoFundMe for a friend who needs help moving her fiance. Go check it out. Give some money if you can.
Don't buy any dairy products. Where is the ad for the soy milk? That's what I want to know. Oh, these are vegan. Made good. That's vegan. Here, we have some oat milk. All right, finally. You know, a little tiny, tiny corner there. But
can you imagine a vegan from 20 years ago being brought to the future and seeing that vegan teacher bitch about having vegan options, but it's not all vegan. Think about how few vegan options there were just 20 years ago. And think about now and vegan teacher, and I'm not saying it shouldn't still expand, it absolutely should. I think that's great. But it's just funny to me that she's like, how dare they give us this prominent space in this ad? Because there's also meat. Profane Priestess says, speaking of Oreos, oh, we watched this on stream. The stop making new Oreos thing. It's funny. Card Shark 2, thanks for gifting 2 tier 1 subs. Appreciate it.
That's it. Earth's Own, that's vegan. Buy that.
Drink soy milk, oat
This video's almost done, by the way, and we'll move on. We'll get to Peter soon, I promise.
milk, rice milk, almond milk. Don't steal milk from a cow. Be vegan, start right now. Follow that vegan teacher, she will show you how.
Here's another Earth's Own product, also vegan. Thanks for being here with me, guys. I'm just gonna quickly look here if anything else pops out that's vegan. This kind of mayonnaise is not vegan, but they do make a vegan brand, and that's all they should be making. They should abolish the other ones and only make the vegan version. Never buy tuna in a can. Every time
Oh, so only buy fresh tuna. Good to know.
they go to collect tuna, which are these giant fish, they also in their nets end up killing dolphins. It is horrific.
That's true.
Rice is vegan.
Nick says, you wouldn't download milk from a cow. If it was chocolate milk, I probably
I
would.
think this kind of chip is vegan, Lay's plain, but double check. See this Haagen-Dazs, this particular one? That's not vegan, but they do have a vegan version. So Haagen-Dazs should be only making the vegan version. Just drop the other one. And the vegan version.
And then they will fail as a company because people will go to their competitors that will sell stuff that they would prefer. Because again, most people still prefer the non-vegan options. You cannot have this top-down force every company to stop making non-vegan things. You need a bottom-up grassroots movement of convincing the customer base, as long as we're in a capitalist system, you need to convince the customer base to prefer and choose vegan options over the non-vegan options to convince companies to put more resources into those vegan options. You can't just have individual companies switch over to all vegan because you still have a customer base of non-vegans who will then seek out other options.
Version is so good.
Check the label, check the label, check the label. If it's vegan, it's
Also, not to point this out, but it's a little classist considering most vegan alternatives that I've seen are more expensive than the non-vegan alternatives. So basically that vegan teacher is saying, hey, if you're poor, fuck you. I'm going to make you spend more money even though you can't afford it because I have particular, moral stances that I think you should adhere to. Probably Cthulhu says they don't trawl for tuna on purpose. It's mostly used for smaller fish like mackerel or anchovies, so that's a lie. Is there an issue with, tuna net stuff? I don't know.
okay. Check the label, check the label. If it's vegan, the animals will say, hooray!
I had it just the other day. Thanks for being here, everyone.
Oh, it's less of an issue now. That's good.
Sriracha sauce is vegan. That you can get. If you're getting margarine, don't buy this kind. Get the vegan version. Ugh. I'm still not feeling well, so I'm going back to bed. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'll
She's going back to bed. Why did you get up and do this video?
see you all in the next video. Coming up on the screen are going to be other videos.
God, her table is ugly.
Click on them. Be curious. Oh, and also like this video if you like it. Apparently it helps the algorithm. I don't know. Somebody told me I should be telling you guys to like the videos.
Procagam says COVID can make a person tired. Well, I mean, most sickness can.
I always forget to press like on people's videos, even when I do like them. So please press like if you can. And subscribe and press the notification bell. Help me get these animals out of hell. Thank you.
Let's follow that vegan teacher on YouTube right now.
Oh, so that's what vegan teacher's up to. Still don't like her. Surprise.